Hi everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. This is the first of a 4-part series that I'm doing. It is top 10s and I'm starting with top 10 food that I've tried at football grounds. So in at number 10 I have gone for a steak pie that I tried at Irving Meadow in June 2019. The game I went to that day at that ground was between I think it was Pollock against Kirkintilloch Rob Roy in a cup final, but an absolutely tremendous bit of grub there, and that has rightfully made it into my top 10. In at number 9 it is another steak pie, and it is from a club quite dear to my heart, not Gateshead but Motherwell. I always enjoy getting a steak pie up at Fair Park. Is always the big part of the day for me up there, and it's something I'm very much looking forward to when I go back. In at number 8 I am letting out my sweet tooth side, but we're staying in Scotland, and at number 8 is an Empire biscuit which I tried at Falkirk on a Friday night once in March 2019 when they beat Ayr United 2-0. The football match itself wasn't great, but the Empire biscuit more than made up for it. So in at number 7 is a club pretty renowned for their food, and that of course is Kidderminster Harriers and their famous pies. That night, it was early December last year, playing against Gateshead on a Tuesday night. Awful 1-1 draw, but not the best performance by Gateshead, and I was so unwell that night. Like, literally it was all the symptoms of coronavirus. If I'd have known about it at the time, then I might have even made a claim that I had it, but the thing is, we'll never know now. But that pie was the pie alone was definitely worth the trip down, despite how ill I was and how poor the game was. So in at number 6 is a bacon double cheeseburger which I tried on New Year's Day in 2017. This was at Broadhurst Park, the home of FC United of Manchester, who played Altrincham that day, with the game finishing in a 1-1 draw. But the burger was absolutely superb. And it was from a van just outside the ground, so if you ever do find yourself going to an FC United game, I would definitely recommend it. So number 5, halfway there now, is a pie, chips and gravy which I had at Maidstone United. I had this twice. I've been down there twice to watch Gateshead in the days where we're playing against Maidstone. That's one of the things I look forward to most. It is a good away day in general, but definitely that part of it was pretty good. Let's say chips and gravy isn't really a thing down south, but obviously Maidstone didn't get the memo, and it's a good job they did, because that was absolutely banging. So in at number 4 is a club that, it goes without saying, do split a lot of opinion, and that is Salford City. But the curry stall that they've had installed at that ground is absolutely unreal. You know, it was absolutely brilliant curry. You know, I remember the first time I tried it, Gateshead were playing against them in the FA Trophy. I just couldn't believe how sort of good it was. So then, well, of course, when I went back there in the league a month or so later, I was desperate to have some of it again. And then that season I actually went for the third time. I went to watch their game against Eastleigh in the playoffs, and again, really good. And number 3 is a bit of food that has actually featured on the channel, and that was the curry that I had at Crook Town in September against Yorkshire Amateur in the FA Cup. I'll leave the clip from that trip to I'll leave the clip from that trip to do the explaining for me. Tell you what, this tastes absolutely unreal.
One thing I would recommend doing this year is buying food and drink at each club you visit, because stuff like that really can help non-league clubs financially. You know, and you need to do sort of everything we can to get it back on its feet. You know, I had a really good burger last night at Northallerton as well. So yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to you what you do with stuff like that. I mean, I'm just some drab bloke on YouTube that can make the most exciting game sound boring, but do all you can to help non-league get going again.
In at number 2, and this was really close between second and first, but I have gone for, but just missing out on the top spot, is Workington with their steak pie, chips, gravy and peas. I've tried this a few times. The first time I tried it was against Newcastle Benfield in the FA Cup in the 18-19 season, but that game itself is going to be talked about in another video. But absolutely exceptional bit of food there. Like, I've been to Workington quite a few times, like, because I used to do my university in Carlisle, so it was never too far, so I used to do a few Tuesday games there and stuff like that. And it was always a ground that I look forward to going to, and the food was a big part of that. Taking top spot, perhaps maybe a bit surprisingly, are Stenhousemuir. I went there, like, the story behind me going there was that weekend Gateshead were meant to be away to Hereford, but that game was postponed because Hereford had players called up to play for St Kitts and Gibraltar, so a bit of a bizarre reason for a National League North game to get called off. But I went up to Stenhousemuir, like, I had loads of game choice that I went in, and I chose their game against the New Saints in the Tunnocks Caramel UEFA Cup, and they were handing out free pies. One of them was a steak and haggis, and it was just absolutely different class, really was. And I hope that is still on the menu, because I wouldn't mind going there again purely just for the pie. But yeah. So a few honourable mentions. I do like the macaroni pie at Motherwell. The pies at Sunderland aren't actually that bad. Same goes for Wigan and Burnley. Hashtag Turf Moor happy place. I quite enjoyed the food at Borussia Mönchengladbach when I went there. Obviously the famous Killy pies are pretty good. Arbroath do a good pie. Telford do a good burger. So there's so many options out there for food at football, and I'm sure there's plenty more there waiting for me when I'm back out and about at football again. That is it from me for this video. I'll be back on Saturday when I will be revealing my top 10 all-time visited grounds. Obviously this is entirely with my opinion. Let us know what you thought of this video. Is there any bits of food that I haven't mentioned that I need to try? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's get a bit of dialogue going here. But I will see you on Saturday for the next top 10 video. Until then, take care and I'll see you later.